How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto, and of course, today has been a pretty dramatic day for the cryptocurrency space. We've got the $8,344 Bitcoin taking that slight downturn all the way across the board right now, but this is also coming after a pretty interesting week that we had, so I'm sure that plenty of people are have taken their profits already. Then again, I'm sure there's the number of people who FOMO'd in and are getting hit pretty hard right now. But all that being said, this is an interesting time because, there's been sort of a rumor, basically a prediction that's been circulating, that's been talking about the $300 Litecoin. Do you think that it's possible? Do you think that the plan, the CryptoJeremy put forward is going to manifest itself? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from the audience on this note. We have seen a lot of interesting analysis. Crypto analysis who is long on Bitcoin says he can't shake the key indicator that suggests violent pullback is coming in the short term. The crypto trader who goes by the peculiar name Magic Poop Cannon told his following of 62K on TradeView that Bitcoin's network value to transactions indicator is the primary cause for concern. The NVT ratio measures the utility value of Bitcoin according to the number of transactions on the network. Speaking of the NVT, it now has the biggest pending sell signal that it has ever had, and when the sell signal actually triggers, when it breaks out of the red range, there will be absolute carnage that catches the crypto market completely off guard. So when we do finally see the sell signal, I'll be in cash until BTC reaches my regulation regression line or fulfills the linear expansion. Allow me to be one of the only analysis to inform you that Bitcoin is in a bear market rally. It held the top of the channel that I showed in my last analysis and rallied higher. However, becoming increasingly confident that the bear market is not over and that this is a bear market rally. That it's hard to know for sure, though, because there's really is a lot of evidence to the contrary. However, I think as soon as we roll over, it's going to be very volatile. In fact, the volatility could surpass the December low. It is interesting. I mean, just to see, these different perspectives put out there. China bond sell-off could send Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Litecoin to new highs. On the other side, the U.S.-China trade war may eventually spread into the U.S. bond market. The China sell-off of U.S. treasuries, and that could send Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Litecoin to new highs. So I'd like to know, what are your thoughts? I mean, do you guys think that we're going to see a massive sell-off, or could you see potential in the short term as far as these things go? Very interesting times. However, definitely time to be cautious, though. I mean, I wouldn't see it as a according to my analysis, I don't see it as necessarily financial advice by any means. So feel free to do what you want, but in the short term, I mean, so Litecoin halving is about 70 days away. What do you predict is going to be, leading up to the Litecoin halving? What do you guys think? See, I always wonder that dip BTC in cryptos hurt. It's like over 9,000. Yeah. How you doing? But yeah, so yeah, that was sort of a teaser. But yeah, I mean, with the Litecoin having only a short time away, might meet some big gains on the halving. Yeah, I mean, it only depends what we're going to see happening up until that point. This lady apparently bought 10 Litecoin. I mean, it's not bad to have. I mean, for the long term, we really don't know where these things are going to go. Crypto percent below all-time high. BitConnect 100%. Icon, Bitcoin Cash. Cardano is nearly 93% below all-time highs. No, I see this sort of stuff as a interesting signal. Whether or not you see it. I mean, Litecoin is still 70% below all-time highs, so that's something to take into consideration as well. But yeah, the sale is slowly coming to an end. The sale that we were seeing back in December. Non-coiners didn't buy any Litecoin under $100. Yeah, people are saying sell the house, sell the car, buy Litecoin. Free cloud money. So, I mean, it is interesting. I mean, who knows what we're going to see in the short term. For me, I'm personally, I see it as more valuable to accumulate. This commenter says, I think the increase up from the beginning of May was too fast. It seems there needs to be a substantial correction. I don't think it is clear either way or whether it's a bull or a bear market. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much share the same sentiment. We need to just see more, more stuff before we actually can get a real grasp of what's going to manifest in the short term moving forward. Although I do see potential. If all you bought Bitcoin SV holders can switch to Litecoin, it'd be greatly appreciated. That'd be funny. Genomes to hold your DNA sequence on Ethereum. A new startup is launched that aims to hold and store your DNA sequence using the Ethereum blockchain. The blockchain will securely store DNA sequencing for personal use and storage, providing a level of confidently and allowing Genomes.io, the company, to pivot away from personal data sellers like large biotech companies. Yeah, it's crazy to see all the different things. Right now, Litecoin is at right there. And it was an odd day for crypto. I think right a couple hours, around 5 o'clock, we saw a lot of sells were happening. So how billionaires are buying up Bitcoin. I know a lot of you wanted me to pull up this article. Far from the murky, impersonal world of online Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exchanges, billionaires who want to buy Bitcoin do it through an office in West London, up Market Mayfair, and the relatively new service is becoming increasingly popular among the super rich with an interest in crypto. Yeah, the next big bull run's going to need institutional dollars. Yeah. Sorry about that. I was distracted by my roommates. But yeah, I mean, I think institutional money is going to be pretty important as we move forward. But I mean, whether or not we see the the $300 Litecoin, I gotta change the title by June 30, because that was there was a YouTuber who posted a video who basically had that same sentiment. This CryptoJeremy guy. I'm gonna put the link to his video down in the doobly doo, just so that he calls it the plan. I mean, I don't know if I totally agree. I mean, I mean, it's a pretty bold prediction for him to make, because you know, when you think about it, it's like yeah, it's kind of funny, because we do have, you know, the history that you know, Litecoin has had up until this point. So you really can't fault Litecoin for, you know, the performance that it's had up until thus far. But we do have, you know, in anticipation of the halving, you know, in anticipation of a lot of these different accumulating things. A lot of people brought up the trade war, you know, having a big part in a lot of people moving over to crypto in general. I mean, I think that that's an interesting sentiment. Yeah, Bitcoin crossed the $9,000 mark for a few minutes today, though. That should tell you something. The Bitcoin bull run this year has been a dream, and looks like it's anything but over. But there are no signals of bearish trends. I mean, this article, let's take it into consideration, was put up earlier today, so I'm sure. I mean, a lot of these predictions really a windsock. XRP sees positive growth. Former Goldman Sachs exclusive joins Ripple. XRP, the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap, is looking green today and may greener. The thing about XRP, the problem that I have to say is the fact that, I mean, it's pretty much been staying still for a long amount of time. And it's kind of a frustrating crypto. I mean, obviously XRP's really, I mean, it's doing some exciting things, but it really just can't break out of those resistance levels that it's stuck at, unfortunately. Market down 25 billion in under 5 hours. After Bitcoin briefly touched the $9,000 today, we saw a fairly sudden crash in price that permeated just above the whole market. Bitcoin dropped then 8,000 very swiftly, and most alts saw similar downside. All is not lost, however, as some on Twitter are pointing out, as price generally held above the larger ascending trend line that most coins are climbing as of the last couple weeks. The market as a whole lost over 25 billion in just a matter of hours. Here we can see the latest chart for Bitcoin on the 4 hour, though the price broke. So I think the banks are just waiting for XRP, just like anybody else. But all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream. We'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.